Welcome and welcome back to Lissa's Lizards. I'm Alyssa and I am the owner of all of Lissa's Lizards and snakes. As you can probably tell from the title, the snake portion of that is very important for this video. I am beyond thrilled to say that in the last couple of months, I have been able to get an absolute dream reptile species of mine. To be completely honest, this species I truly never thought that I would actually get to own, so I am beyond thrilled to be his reptile mom. This is a very advanced snake species and honestly they get a really bad reputation, so we can talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes, but first I'm gonna go get him and let you meet him. This is Tarzan. He is my baby male yellow anaconda. So Tarzan is about 5 months old or so. I got him when he was 3.5 months old, so I have had him for 2 months now. So he is definitely getting close to the 6-month mark. This boy has a ton to grow. The yellow anaconda species generally can get anywhere between 6 to 15 feet. And the differentiation between the males and the females make a huge difference in that size growth. So the females can typically get anywhere between 12 to 15 feet, whereas the males generally stay in between 6 to 10 feet. Although I will say from what I've heard and the research that I've done, the males generally do not get larger than 8 feet. You really have to be lucky to get one that will grow to be that big. Typically, if they are grown to that size, they usually are on an improper diet or being power fed. That is a little bit of a controversial word in the reptile hobby, but overall, power feeding essentially means just feeding your snake too much too fast, which allows for very fast growth, but it does overall lower their life expectancy. So that is not something that I will be doing with this guy. He will definitely be a slow grower. So we are going to be working on that. He is going to have a very varied diet. One of the really cool things about yellow anacondas is because they are semi-aquatic, they can actually eat fish, birds, rodents, pretty much anything. So that's something I'm really excited to get to work on with him. Actually, in the next couple of weeks, I will be feeding him quail chicks. So that is something that we're going to be working on, that varied diet. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about with yellow anacondas, and one of the reasons why I truly was never sure if I would actually be able to be lucky enough to own this species, is because they have a really bad reputation for being very aggressive. And I completely disagree with that. I think that any animal can be defensive, but I feel like very few animals in the world are actually aggressive. Animals have a very natural instinct in them to defend themselves, and that is at the core of all of their instincts. So truthfully, most animals are going to be defensive because they're scared and because they're worried. And I don't think that's fair to judge them when they're in a fragile, scared state, you know? I mean, if I'm scared, I'm not gonna be the nicest person either. You might not wanna be around me either. So I definitely think that these guys deserve to be judged a little bit more closely to when they're comfortable and relaxed and just in a safe and comfortable environment for them. So that is the type of home that I plan and hope to provide for Tarzan here. So he is just an absolute angel so far. He absolutely was defensive at first, in our first week or so. After I let him settle and get adjusted, I started working on handling every day. I think that that is something that really formed a little bit of trust and respect between him and I to begin with. So that is something that we've been working on every single day, handling, and he is very much used to being handled. He does not throw a fit. It does not seem to bother him one bit. So that is something that we have been working on. Hi, bud. As you can tell, he is extremely curious. Anacondas are beyond inquisitive and intelligent and curious. And that is one of the things that really drew me to the species. I think it's been absolutely incredible to watch the way that his little brain works whenever I'm working with him every day. One thing I would really, really love to do on this channel after owning him for the last few months, I would really love to eventually get to do a series on working with anacondas and what that looks like in a way that builds trust and respect between you and this animal. The thing with yellow anacondas is they are beyond powerful. They are just being in his presence and understanding just the power that they hold, the strength. I think that's so important to recognize as an owner. And that's something that I never want to forget in owning him. I think that's really important. So in owning him, I am going to continuously work on building trust and respect between him and I. And I think that is truly where you are able to build a really amazing bond with your animal. So that is something that we are working on every single day. All right, buddy? Yeah, yeah. So he is wonderful so far. He calms down very quickly as soon as I take him out and very quickly realizes that I am not going to hurt him. I am here to basically take him out of his enclosure for enrichment and to be able to explore the world around him. And that is something that I strive to provide for my animals, is just enrichment and explorations. And I think that that is something that he very much has been enjoying. That is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sure Tarzan appreciates it just as much as I do. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and please like, comment, and subscribe. I would so appreciate it, and have a great day.